Bruce Lee was proving when Stirling Silliphant, his writer, said he was overrated, and then Bruce Lee and the weight of words. The recording studio's locker room was silent except for the sound of water dripping from a poorly closed shower. Bruce Lee wiped the sweat from his forehead with a towel, his muscles still tense after hours of grueling choreography for the Green Hornet. Stirling Silliphant, the screenwriter, stood in the doorway, his arms crossed, his face impassive as if he had just commented on the weather. "You're good, Bruce, but you're not what Hollywood thinks you are. This martial arts thing, it's fashionable. 5 years from now, no one will remember." Bruce stopped moving. The air seemed to grow thicker. He knew that tone, the same one used by producers who called him too fast to Chinese or too small to be a hero. But hearing it from Stirling, a man he respected, a collaborator, was like a punch in the gut. "Do you think I'm exaggerating?" Bruce asked, his voice low, controlled. It wasn't a question from someone seeking validation, but from someone who already knew the answer. Stirling shrugged. "I just say what I see. You're technical, yes, but you don't have the presence of a Brando or the versatility of a McQueen. Martial arts is a trick, Bruce. And tricks get old." Bruce threw the towel on the bench. His eyes, normally serene, now burned. "Then show me. Give me a scene. Any. No fighting. No tricks. Just acting." Stirling hesitated, but something about the challenge intrigued him. "Okay. Let's go to the set. You're going to do Hamlet's monologue." Bruce almost laughed. "Hamlet? Do you want me to do Shakespeare?" "Exactly. If you're more than just punches and kicks, prove it." The setting was simple, a throne, a false window, heavy curtains. Bruce donned the costume, a dark tunic, leather boots, and looked at the cameras. Stirling stood behind the director, arms crossed, waiting for failure. But when Bruce started talking, something changed. To be or not to be, that is the question. Is it nobler to suffer and mind the arrows and stones of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against a sea of anguish, and, fighting them, put an end to them? His voice was not only clear, was alive. Every word carried weight, every pause, meaning. He wasn't reciting, he was living. The studio, once full of bored technicians, was now silent. Even the director, a cynical man who had seen it all, leaned forward. When he finished, there was a moment of stillness. Then Stirling broke the silence. "Shit." Bruce took the plastic crown off his head and threw it on the floor. "So? Am I still just a trick?" Stirling ran a hand over his face. "I was wrong. About this. About you." "You were wrong about a lot of things," Bruce said dryly. "Including thinking that martial arts is just movement. It's philosophy. It's discipline. It's soul." Stirling didn't argue. Instead, he picked up a notepad. "Let's rewrite the script. You deserve more than slow-motion punches." The following months were a race against time. The Green Hornet was cancelled, but Bruce didn't give up. He trained more, studied more, wrote more. When Enter the Dragon began filming, Stirling was no longer just its screenwriter, he was its ally. On the day of the premiere, the two were side by side on the red carpet. Critics, once skeptical, now called Bruce a genius. Stirling squeezed his shoulder. "You proved me wrong. Again." Bruce smiled, but his eyes were distant. "It wasn't because of you. It was because of everyone who said I couldn't. That I shouldn't." Stirling knew it wasn't just about Hollywood. It was about being seen. Be respected. And Bruce Lee, with his Jeet Kune Do and his unbreakable resolve, had done more than prove himself, he had changed the rules of the game. Years later, when Stirling wrote Bruce's obituary, he included one sentence that summed it all up. Bruce Lee wasn't about being the best. It was about never accepting being less than he could be. And, in a way, that was the greatest truth of all.